Objectives. In my objectives, there are three. So number one is to identify the sequence of the story. Second, appreciate the sequence of the story. And the third is create their own moral lesson. So next to objectives is the subject matter. In the subject matter is the topic, and my topic is the Dead Stars. The references that I use is the Afro-Asian literature, pages 121 to 122. Materials that I use is the traditional visual aids. So next to subject matter is the procedure. In the procedure, there will be a preparation. So number one is the prayer. The purpose of this prayer is to give guidance from the class. Second is the checking of attendance is also important to identify if there is absent from the class. And last is the review. Ask the student about the previous lesson. So next to procedure is the motivation or opening activity. After giving the teachers a cut of pictures, the teacher will decide to divide the class into two groups. So each class have a different pictures to form. From that pictures, they must give one quality it portrays and let them choose the representative to share their ideas about the formed pictures. So I've also given them a question. So my number one question is, what specific attitudes that the first picture show? The second question is, how can we apply these qualities in our daily life? So I have also included the unlocking of difficult words. So number one is the famine, which means extreme scarcity of food. Second is the squander, waste in a necklace and a foolish manner. Third is this estate, means all the money and the property owned by a particular person. Next is the compassion, means sympathetic or concern to the suffering or misfortunes to other. Next is plead, means make an emotional appeal. Next is the parable. Parable is a short story that teaches moral or a spiritual lesson. And last is the prodigal, which means carelessly or foolishly spending money, time, and etc. So next is the presentation of the objectives. So after the presenting, at the end of the lesson, the students can identify the sequence of the story, appreciate the importance of the story, and last is create their own moral story. So next to presentation is the discussion. In presenting the lesson, the teacher will use the endless to show the sequence of the story through pictures and the characters present in the story. I also given them a question. So my number one question is, who are the characters in the story? Second, what is the specific attitudes or characters each character portrays in the story? The third question is, what is the moral you can get from the story? And the fourth question is, how can we apply this in our daily life? So next to the discussion is the generalization, of course. The teacher will ask the students a questions to test if they really understand the lesson, followed by a question. So I have there two questions. Number one, what is the story all about? Number two, who are the characters in the story? So next to generalization is the application. So the students will group into two. Each student will present a short drama presentation based on the story The Prodigal Son. Then the teacher will give them a specific situation and give them 5 minutes to prepare the activity. So next, I also include my grade rubrics, and the criteria are acting skills, fluency and organization, volume and quality of the voice, and last is the group dynamic. So I've also given them 5 points, 3 points, and 2 points. So next is the evaluation. In my evaluation, I also give them 5 items, which is 2 points. So in the evaluation, Identify correct order of the statement by writing 1 to 5 to indicate the sequence of the story. And the last part of the lesson plan is the assignment. In the assignment, make a short video presentation using a PowerPoint about the importance of family life. They may also include pictures or video clips so that the presentation they make would be more realistic. And so that would be all, and thank you, and God bless us all.